Test, test, test. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Let me know how we sounding. Let me know how we sounding. We got a few setups we're looking at, y'all. We're gonna break those down in a second. Make sure to go ahead and like the live and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We're off to a great start this week, y'all. We're 2-0 so far this week. We caught this nice GU setup yesterday. And then on Monday, we caught this nice GJ setup right here. Today is definitely going to be interesting, though. As far as news today, we do have FOMC. So we're going to be going live with the local students, jump on that, see how that plays out. Yeah, I'm going to be looking for a possible setup prior to that. But like usual, with FOMC, we're either going to see a nice move and some action prior to it, or sometimes we might see a setup like a corridor Monday and Tuesday. Sometimes we might be slow and dead up until FOMC. But we'll see how today plays out. The US30 definitely was consolidating and chilling yesterday. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens today with the news. Again, like we talked about in the Sunday chart analysis. If you haven't watched the Sunday chart analysis yet, make sure to check that out. Hit that first link in the description. Like I always tell y'all, the Sunday chart analysis is not just what we see price doing Sunday night going into Monday, but what we see price doing throughout the entire week. Talk about the US30. We have this level of profit to the left, and then again, price rejected that level, but we are still bullish. So we're going to see a price break back above it, hopefully for that support. If we can see that happen, we can see buys go back up to the highs here at around 44,800. We got a few levels to break prior to that, and we are still bullish. So I'm not looking for sales on this yet. Now, whenever we're looking for sales, once we like break below like 4,500, that as resistance. So there, typically looking for buys right here. Gold did a nice drop yesterday. If y'all was in yesterday's live stream or y'all watching the place, watch this if you remember. I could have caught this nice setup as well. It did a nice jump. So we're gonna be looking for continued GJ buys and continued gold sales as of right now. Okay? So with gold, we're gonna be looking to see if either gonna retest and gold 34 as resistance, or if we can break below 32.84, what that is resistance. So we're gonna look for 260. You know, GJ one we can see we can hold 199.70 as support. 199.70 as support. We're gonna look at continued buys going to 200%. You already know if you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we get any charts, drop them in the chat. We're ready to see what this next 5 and 15 looks like. What's going on? I see you up in here. Sounding good. All right, perfect. What's going on, Doug? I see you up in here. All right, new 15 just popped up. Those joining the stream, we are not into this trade yet. This is just a trade idea. We are not into this trade yet. New 5 minute about to pop in a little bit. Again, it's very simple. You just wait for your confirmations. If they're not met yet, you don't enter. Again, we got F1C later on today. Going to be going live with the members during that. And then later on this week, we only got one other major news man. We got Canadian news on Friday, but again, not that much news like it was compared to last week. Why are we when did you take gold 33.1 down to 32.72? We can take that, but so that's what we talked about earlier, right? So we can take that, but that drop happened last night. So the only way we can take that is if price retraces back up. So if price doesn't retrace back up, I'm going to take a sell at the next level. So if price decides to retrace back up and maintain and hold as low as resistance, I'll definitely take a position. But since we're down here, my next place to look for a sell at is my next key price level right here, 32.84. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. We're going to give you a charge, drop them in the chat. Again, we got FOMC later on today. And usually, FOMC, we're going to see some setups prior to it, or price might just consolidate all day up until FOMC pops off. But we're still going to be looking for a possible setup beforehand. We're mainly paying attention to GJ and gold right now. We're looking at possible gold selling in GJPY. And then also see another possible GU sell as well. We're just simply waiting for our confirmations and volume to kick in. These 15 just popped up. So we're going to see what this next hour looks like. But as we see right now, prices are still kind of consolidating and chilling. The reason I asked about gold was my micro. Yeah, so that's a good. So that's the level we also talked about in the New York price watch list yesterday. Um, right, was talking about we could hold the low as resistance, which we saw price blew through yesterday, and it retested. And then last night it did that drop. But yeah, so I'm not against that setup. It's just like, we don't chase price, so either price retraces back to that level, or we go for the next level. That's all there is to it. But again, this is why we don't FOMO in or rush the process. Because imagine if we would have started London session, we saw a price up here, would immediately went for buys. We would have took a loss for no reason, right? Again, we're 2-0 this week. We went 4-0 last week to start off the month. And then we had a crazy month last month and a crazy quarter. So there's no reason to be in a rush to take any setups, right? You hit that first link in the description on free link in Telegram. You can see we went on, well, we're not 4-0, 3-0 last week. But we're 2-0 so far this week. We caught a nice GU sell yesterday. Broke this down in the live stream as well. GU just broke this level. Speaking of GUs, we're about to see how this candlestick closes. Look at that perfect timing. And then Monday we broke down into this GJ setup. This was a crazy 1-4, almost 1-5 RR on that one. And then how we ended last month and last quarter, you can see on your screen scrolling. Last month we went 17-4, and then last quarter we went 52-6. 90% win rate, all three months combined. April, we went 16-1, caught 68,765 pips. May, we went 19-1, caught 33,162. Then again, last month, we caught 17,347 pips, giving a total of 119,274 pips caught. We went absolutely crazy. But we're just continuing where we left off quarter one and last year. If you want to check all that stuff out, click that first link in the description, check that out. So we're going to see if GU can hold this level here. If we can hold 35.85, 35.90 as resistance, we're going to be looking for sales go back down to these lows here at 35.25. So we're going to see if we can hold this level right here. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. We're looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. Let's see how this 15 looks. New 5 minute just popped up. Let's see if we can hold this right here. US30 pushing up as well. So US30 can break back above 44 390. Hold that support. We can look for buys. Go back up to 44 570. GBPJPY. Let's see if we can hold this level. Let's see what this next 15 looks like. I like how this is moving right here, bro. I don't want to go too far off. Let's see if we can hold right here. All right, the 15 popped up. Here comes the retest. Let's see if we can hold this level right here. Again, like we talked about earlier this week and the Sunday chart analysis, we're going to need a little bit of work to break through this next level for that lower low to continue, for the downtrend to continue. But I do like how this is looking right here. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, y'all. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram, playmaker underscore wait. TikTok underscore playmaker wait underscore. Those every day on both pages. Got a new YouTube video dropping for you out today at the New York session. Make sure you be on the lookout for that. And being members, I'm going to post it on the channel as well. But we are going to be going live today during FOMC. We do got that action. And one I just want to tell y'all, again, y'all got to, and I know it's kind of funny because I'm on the internet, but y'all got to start thinking before y'all start listening to a bunch of people on the internet. I just be repeating what you hear other people say, right? Because I know y'all see the post all the time. All of this news today, so I'm not going to trade at all today, right? There's one news event that's going to pop off for 15 minutes. So I'm not going to trade at all prior to the news, at all after the news, through the sessions, outside the news events. I'm just not going to trade at all today. That's you don't have to go that way right now. Obviously, if you don't see the setup, you don't take a setup. But I'm living proof that you can take trades on news days. There's just certain rules and things you have to understand to go about it, right? And then the students, that's why we go live during hijack news so y'all can see what things do and how things play out. So if y'all be missing the news lives, make sure you watch the reports and the playbacks, right? But if you're not a member of the student, I don't know what y'all doing, click that link in the description. Now I also have a playlist on the YouTube channel. I'm titled Algebra Trade News, right? But again, news is only scary because people don't know what's happening, right? If you don't know what's happening, but you know your money can be lost. Of course, you're gonna be scared and not trade. But the whole thing that you see online all the time, where you're not gonna trade at all because there's news, that's just people just repeating what other people are saying, like blind leading, right? It's just like when you see posts every single day when people say price action is bad. How is price action bad when there's literally so many nice moves that took place yesterday? Oh, price action is bad because you're only looking at one chart, one session, right? And you expect price to always have action every single session, right? It's just like the people that say there's no volume in Tokyo session. Well, what was this then, right? There is volume in Tokyo session, right? What was this? Right? Every session is going to have its slow periods. Every session is going to have the periods with this nice moving volume kicking, right? But not every session there's going to be volume, and not every day are you going to see the same exact moves or same exact volume play out every day to the T. That's just not what trading is, which is why I always talk about you can't come to treating it like a live, right? Again, with a 9 to 5, as long as besides salaries, as long as you work the same amount of hours every single week, you're going to get paid the same amount. And everything happens the same way every day. When you work a regular 9 to 5, that's not like situation or sales or some shit, right? With trading, that's not the case. Or running a business, that's not the case. Right? You're not going to charge the same time every day, but the results are different. You have to. That's why, again, market structure is king. All these people on the internet, they're talking about everything besides market structure, right? Price action cannot be bad. Price action is price action, right? What people be meaning to say is there was no volume during that session. But again, unfortunately, most of social media trading is a bunch of people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Right? So again, just start actually thinking and processing what you see on the internet. A lot of people just be repeating what other people be saying. You have no idea what the hell they're talking about. All right, so we're about to see who can hold this low as resistance. We're going to go 35.80 as resistance. We're going to look for sell going back down to 35.60. With GJ, we're going to look for buys if we can maintain the hold this low as support right here. Or if we can break above the whole 197 support, we're going to look for buys going back up to 210. Gold, we're looking at possible sells as well. As US30, we're going to be looking for buys. I wanted to try to catch the setup before the live. So I might just stay on to see how this 15 plays out. I want to see us hold, but again, this is why you don't FOMO in. It's such a rush because look, we're right back where we were in the last 15. Right? So again, you should never be in a rush to take a setup. Just stick to the I see the gold's going to break this level. Enters the G on gold right now. New 15 about to pop up. Oops, not this time frame. So, you guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. When we do charts, drop in the chat. Make sure I like the live too, y'all. My bad for the background noise, y'all. I'm gonna stay muted unless I'm talking. Like, that's just a pain. So why is it so loud in the background? I just put it on the playback. But yeah, so we're about to see what this next 15 looks like. That's about to pop up. I have some action, ladies and gentlemen. You did a nice retest. It looks like it's holding this as resistance. And then looks like gold's about to try to break this resistance under the support level here And then we can hold 32.84 as resistance. We're going to be looking for sales going down to 32.60. G, we're putting 35.85 as resistance. We think for sales going down to 35.60. US30 and GJ still got some work to do. And I've been getting questions. I know I don't say it. I mean, I said it a few times, and I think I talked about it. It's on the chart analysis a few weeks ago. But I've been getting questions about, why I'm not looking at NAS no more, right? I'm gonna start doing analysis for NAS, but you remember a student as well. I want y'all to do. If you're not, y'all can still do this. But I want y'all to get into the habit of, again, you don't gotta take more than one trade a day, but looking at multiple charts and then figuring out which one you want to prioritize or look for a setup for. Like right now, where I have 4 charts up, but am I looking for 4 different setups at the same time? No, I'm paying attention to 1 or 2, and then looking to see which one of those ones or 2 I'm looking to enter on, right? Just like yesterday. Did I take a bunch of setups yesterday? No, I took the new sell and that GJ setup last night, right? Just like on Monday. Monday we was looking at 4 different charts, but we focused and took the GJ setup, right? So the reason why I stopped looking at NAS100, right? If you pay attention to the charts and the timing, that was right when we made the all-time highs. Now, as a trader, it's all about what? Making high quality setups. Now, if I'm just being a regular investor and just holding away for price to increase in value, for sure I'm gonna keep on buying, right? But as a day trader, again, you need to go for high quality setups. And NAS just made new all-time highs. How are we going to determine without guessing what's the next price is going to reach, where to enter, exit at, things like that? Which is why I went to US30, because US30 did not make all-time highs yet. So there was still some construction levels from the past that we can mark off and trade off of, right? So that's why I switched from NAS to US30. It's not because I don't like NAS anymore or anything like that. It's simply because, again, as a trader, I like to trade gold. Does that mean I'm gonna trade gold every single day? No, right? Like, I like to trade DJ. Does that mean I'm trading DJ setup every day? No, right? I only take them when I see them, or if I didn't already take a setup for the day, right? So that's the same thing on the charts. That's why a lot of people you see online talking about price action is bad, because they're looking at a chart that just made new all-time highs, right? And on top of that, they're only looking at one chart, they're only looking at one session. You know what I mean? So that's the main reason. But I've been getting a lot of questions about it, so I'm gonna start talking about it again on price watch list. Or like I always say in the live stream, you guys got questions, I'm gonna drop in the chat. I'm gonna the charts drop in the chat. But that's the main reason why I switched from NAS100 to US30. Right? It wasn't until we made all-time highs that I stopped looking at 200. Right? That's not a coincidence. It's for that exact reason. Right? Just like if y'all was here um, with gold. Right, if y'all was here, I think it was either last year, earlier this year. I don't remember. Let's find out. Right, it was just like with gold. Right, we, as you can see, was riding this whole wave up, and then after we made all-time highs, I stopped trading gold for a couple of months, or like I don't remember. I'm terrible at time. I know I stopped trading gold for a little bit because of the same thing. They made all-time highs. Right, what levels am I going to be trading off of? Until price retraced. And then when price retraced, that's when I started going for setups again, right? So let's see if gold can hold this level. Dude is still trying to make his mind up. We got GK pushing back up as well. So we have a few sets with a possible still. But We're gonna be on for a little bit longer, y'all. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. When you need charts, drop them in the chat. I appreciate that. Blue 15 just popped up. But we're gonna do this every single day, y'all. We're gonna do this every single day. So again, price rejected that level is what it is. You're gonna see if it's gonna push back down, and we're also gonna see how gold plays out right here. Still gonna be on the charts, but again, we're gonna see what happens prior to FOMC. Members, make sure to be on the lookout for that link. Looks like GJ's pushing back up, so we're gonna be paying attention to GJ Gold and G still. But again, this is why you don't be in such a rush to take the setup and you stick to your rules. Because imagine we took this setup, we'd be in unnecessary drawdown and people having stop loss for absolutely no reason. All right, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody's been alive since the beginning. Shout out to everybody's been alive since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free super free Telegram. Y'all see on your screens how we did last month and last quarter. We went over earlier in this live. We're gonna have to be crazy. We're 2-0 so far this week, y'all. 3-0 last week. Yeah. And if you're not a member yet or a playmaker, you already know what to do. Make sure to hit those links in the description. Watch any of my YouTube videos. The last 3 minutes, I'll go over all the details. So if you guys got questions or want to contact me directly, you can do my Instagram, TikTok, or Telegram. I respond to all messages. And yeah, we're going to be back at the same time tomorrow, London session 3 p.m. EST.